Hello friends, I heartily welcome to all of you once again to my channel Stubborn Developers. I hope you all are doing well. So now let's start. As we have already discussed in the previous videos that how we can install the Node.js and how we can install Express and then how we can use Express in Node.js. Also we have already discussed how we can listen our Node program on any particular port, as we are listening our this Node program on the port 3000. So guys, firstly I will have a one look on my previously code. So here as you can see, we are just require our Express and then we have created an object of Express and then I have defined a port here 3000. So and then I'm just using get method to get any root. First one is for the home page, another one for is the /users. And now here I have already listened to my Node program on particular port which I have already defined above. So guys, today I will start as I promised in the last videos. Today I will explain you how to use environment variables and how to use constants in Node.js. Another thing I will explain you today that how we can create route for the post request and how we can receive data in the Node app which is submitted using the post method. So guys, firstly start to the environment variables and constants. So to use environment variables, we have a command. Just I'm printing all the environment variables here, process.env. So guys, through the process.env, whatever object process we have in our Node program, so through the process object we can get all the environment variables of our system by default. I will save it and I will go to my command prompt. So I have seen these are the environment variables which are set it in my system. We can verify it. I'm just going to this PC, then properties, and then advanced system settings, and here is the environment variables. So guys, whatever data we are seeing in command prompt, we can see here. So to use the system environment variables in the Node.js app, what we have to do, we have to just write process.env, and with the help of process.env we can use system environment variables. To use any particular environment variables, then what we have to do next, we have to just write dot then var name, whatever variable we want to use. So guys, now we want to use a separate environment variables, a separate constants according to the project need. So now question arises how we can use it. So guys, it's a very simple. We have a good package for this. Node.js provides us lot of packages to do very complex things in a very simple manner. So another package is .env, which is used to use environment variables, and we can define some constants according to our project need in a separate file, just to keep it the same thing, same place. So guys, we will start. As we all know, just to use any package in the Node.js, first thing we have to do, that is we have to install that package in our Node program, in our Node project. So I will go to the command prompt, then I will stop the current execution of the program by Ctrl+C, then enter. So now I will install the .env package in my Node program, in my Node app. So to that, what we have to do, as we all know the syntax to install any package, that is npm space install, then package name which we are going to install. So we are going to install .env this time. Then I have already defined and I have already discussed to use --save. So guys, in the last video I have already explained you why we use --save. Basically it does After the installation of .env, what version will be installed in our Node app will save the settings in package.json file. So today I will look in practically. So here we can see these are the dependencies Express and NodeMon which we have installed till now in our very first app of Node.js. So after the installation of this package, as we are using -save, it will save the installed package details in my package.json file. So what I have to do, I will just press the enter key, then it will install the dotenv module in my Node app. It may take few seconds, and yes, it has been installed. So guys, now I will go to the package.json file just to check the work of -save. So we can see .env package has saved under the dependencies. This is the version which has been installed currently 8.2.0. So guys, this is the use of -save. So now we will use the .env module in our app just to use environment variables and define constants in our Node app. So without any delay, I'm just starting. So as guys, we have mentioned 3000 is the port in which we are listening to our Node app. We can change it, or we can put according to the project needs or according to the convenience. So just to use constants, what we have to do, we have to just create a new file that is .env. We have to save, it is strictly recommended to save .env file with the same name. We can't change it a name of same. So this is the .env file. So this is the file. Here we will define all the constants which we want to use in our Node app. So just like in the current app, what code we have already written just now till now. So I'm just using one hard coded value, that is port 3000. So I will change it to the dynamically environment variable value. So I'm just defining a constant here, that is port, and I'm defining 2000. So guys, here I have defined port 2000 in my .env file. This is the basically constant or environment variables I have used. And to make any comment, suppose that we have a lot of constants to define, then it's basically we have to mention the comments after specific variables which we have defined, that for what purpose we have defined this constant. So to comment anything in the .env file, we have to write with // So this is the port for my app. I'm just putting a test comment. I will save it. So now guys, what we have done, I have just installed the .env module, and then I have created a .env file in my Node app, and I have mentioned a constant, that is port is equal to 2000. I will put another constant just to test multiple constants, that is author name. So I will save it. So now I will use the .env file in my Node app. So how we can use it? As we have installed a package that is .env, and as we all know that to use any package, firstly we have to require it. So we will require then package name .env, and guys, we have to call a function of this particular package, that is config. This is a one-time process. We have to define at the top. So as earlier we printed the process.env variables, so we have seen that it was showing us the system environment variables. So now it will show us the system environment variables and all the constants we have defined in the .env file. We will have a look. I have just saved the file. Then I will execute my program, that is nodemon space index.js file name. So guys, here we can see, firstly this is showing the environment variables of the system, and then I can see here is the port. It is showing me port 2000, which I already defined in the .env file. Another one, I have defined the constant that is author name. So guys, here I can see this is the author name which I have already defined in the .env file. So now we can easily use these constants in our Node app. So just to use, what we have to do is, this is the object of environment variables. So we will use it process dot env, then the name of the constants we want to use, that is port, which we have defined in .env file, that is port. So I will save it and then I will rerun our program. Firstly, I will cancel it, current job, then I will rerun. So guys, here you can see, firstly it was showing us the server is running on port 3000, but now it is showing us server is running on port 2000, because we have changed with the help of environment variables and created a separate constant file. So the same thing we have to do in the browser, just to check. In the current scenario, I will just refresh the page. It will show me error, the site cannot be reached. It is just so because we have changed the port of our site, that is 2000. So guys, here we can see the 2000 port is working for us. So now we have learned how we can use environment variables for my Node app. Another constant I have defined, that is author name. So I will use author name as well. I will just receive author name, that is where I will declare a variable, then author name is equal to process.env. This is the object to access any environment variables. Then the constant name which I have already defined in my .env file, author underscore name. Yes, this is the same which I already defined in the .env file. So I will display the author name to my browser. Yes, and my program has already rerun automatically because I am using NodeMon. So guys, here I will run. Oh yes, I think file has been saved, author name process.env. Then I'm just executing my Node app once again. Maybe it's not reflected, and then I will rerun. Yes, it may be some issue in the NodeMon. So now I can see that my code has reflected and I have used the two constants, two environment variables in my Node app. First one is the port, which I have changed dynamically, and second one is the author name, which I have accessed through the constant variables. So guys, in future, in the complete app, whenever you want or you use any constants, just like you have some configurations in future for the MySQL database, Firestore, Firebase and MongoDB, all the credentials you can put in .env file. So whenever you will change it, so you don't go to everywhere in the program, in the Node app. You can change it as a single file, then it will reflect everywhere we have used. So this is the main advantage of constants and environment variables in Node.js. I hope guys you have understand, and if you have any query related to that environment variables or .env module, you can directly put it in comment box and I will revert you back as soon as possible. So guys, without any further delay, I'm just moving to another topic that we promised in the last video, how we can get data using post method in our Node app. So guys, here I will create another route just to receive posted data, app.post, because we will receive the request from post method. So I'm just putting here app.post, then the route name, suppose that is add user. Then we have to define a callback function with the two parameters, request and response. So this is the callback function. So here firstly I will return response to the browser, response as welcome to add user. I've just created a add user route with a post request type, and then I have just displaced welcome to add user. So guys, just to get the data in the post, what we have to do, we have to just access data using request dot body. So with the help of request dot body, we can access our data. So I will just display whatever data is posted by the user. I'm just putting request dot body, and another thing I will display here, console dot log below is the posted data. So whenever I will call to the add user route with a post method, firstly in console it will show me below is the posted data, then data which I have posted in the form of JSON, it will show the data in the form of JSON object, and then what data will be returned back to the browser or from whatever source we are just doing a request welcome to add user. Yes, we can see. So guys, firstly I will check the request, and another thing we have to use, by default Express doesn't send a data posted data in request.body. It will show us undefined. To overcome this problem, what change we have to do, we have to just write a single line, that is app.use, then extended is equal to true, we have to pass, then we have to use URL encoded, then we have to pass our option extended, that is true. So this is the line which we have to receive the data in Express in the post method. So I have just mentioned here, and now I will create a add user request. So guys, I am using Postman to create any API request. You can create another form or whatever you have. So I'm just using Postman just to create these things. I will create a new request, that is request name is add user. I can add user is the name. I'm just creating collection. I'm creating collection the first Node.js app. This is the collection. I have created collection and I have just saved my first Node.js app, that is add user. So guys, here I will put the URL and method. I have already defined the post, so I will create a request with the help of post method. So this is a URL which I will use to create a request, and then root, what root I have used, that is add user. Add user is the root name which I already mentioned in my Node app. So I will go to the Postman, then add user. So I'm using data using the form body, and I'm just putting some fields just like I'm mentioning here, name, that is Nitin Sharma, and another field I'm using experience, and I'm mentioning here 10 years. So guys, as in our Node program, I have received the add user route with a post method, and I have displayed the data which is posted using the post method, and then I will return welcome to add user to the user, which is calling the user URL. So I will create a request. I hope I have already saved the file. Yes, it has. Then I will create a request, send. Yes, so this is the content which I have returned back to the user from my Node.js app, and then I will go to the console, that is below is the posted data. I can see name, This is the name which I am posting, and experience 10 years which I am posting from the postman. So guys, as we can see, we have received the data successfully in our Node app. Another thing I will clear, the data we want to use, and whatever data we want to use, just like we want to use a name, so we have to use dot variable name as well, because this is the object, this is the JSON object we are using. Just like I will put here console.log. I'm just suppose I want to use name is equal to, then what I have to do, I have to just use request dot body, then name is the basically variable name which I am using here, and another one is the experience which I am using, so I will display that as well, console.log, then experience is equal to request dot body dot experience. So I'm just accessing the value of variables. Here I'm receiving the complete request, whatever it is posted, and here I'm just accessing the variable name which is posted. I will say once again, I will create another request, I will send it. So I have sent the data. Once again, flow is posted, response dot end. It's taking time. Request is not completed yet. Actually, what we can do, we can just stop the execution once again. It is maybe some issue in the node it will restart my server, so I will do it manually. I've just started manually, then I will request. Yes, it may be issue with the node it may be unable to restart my server automatically, so I can just do it manually. So as we can see, below is the posted data which we have already posted, and here is the name which I already accessed. Another one is the experience. So now we can post data how much we want, and we can use all the data. So guys, I hope you have understand the uses of environment variables and constant with the help of .env module. And another one, you have understand that how we can access the data using post method in the Node.js. So guys, I hope you understand. If you have any query related, so you can just mention your query in the comment box, comment section you have to mention, and I will revert you back. Thank you.